Scoring goals. Got it. And you can score a goal by kicking the ball, throwing the ball, or
running it into the Saturday goal, if you're a visitor. You really lived your whole life in Edgewater?
Yeah, until the captain picked me up. I was the town mechanic. Had my own little garage and everything.
Don't know how you did it. If I had to spend every day working on the board's machinery, how...
This property is off limits. Solicitors, loiterers, and uninvited visitors will be fined to the fullest extent of company policy. This ultimatum brought to you by Universal Defense Logistics. That's funny. The minister isn't expecting visitors, and you don't much look like one of those couriers from HPS. Minister Clark's a private man, and you're asking too many questions.
I'm on my legally allotted break. Really, I'm supposed to be here. Oh, what are you doing here? Nothing. Nothing. Why? Does it look like I'm up to something? Laws, I knew it! You got me. I'm caught, aren't I? I work in the lab at the Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. Some of my sprats went missing, but it's not my fault, okay? Maybe I let them out more often than regulations allow, but they need to stretch their little legs. And so what if I occasionally forgot to latch their cage? Everyone gets a little distracted now and then. They escaped, and before I could coax them back, they'd made their way to the maintenance tunnels. Even if I did dare go down there, they're among all the common sewer sprats and exterminator mechanicals. Really? In that case, take this collection crate. 6 of my little ones are down there, but don't worry, you can easily tell them apart from common sewer sprats. They have intelligent eyes, an agreeable yet reserved demeanor, and a fondness for hiding. Also, they're white rather than green. Please, do take care, and do mind the exterminator mechanicals. If the worst should happen to my little darlings, well, I still want their bodies. For science, of course. Therefore, my, research. Oh, very well. It's true. I do run studies on them at the lab, but I also have a special connection with them. See, I'm an enormous fan of all my colonists. The early seasons, before the plotlines got tacky. You must have seen the classic episodes. Well, I name all my sprats after my favorite characters. That way, their stories can live on in rodent form. So you see, it's imperative that I get them all back.
I tell you what, we'll change the font in our contracts as...
Out with it, you wretched contraption! Does nothing in this city work anymore? I'll sue every technician and...
do that. What was your family like, Felix? Did you ever know him?
I never knew him. I was a stowaway. That's what they call orphans who grow up in the back bays.
Oh, gosh. I'm sorry. That must have been lonesome.
There's nothing to see here. Move along. Yeah? Let's see it. Looks like your papers are in order. All right. Go on through.
How did you get in here? You're not one of my guards. What are you doing here?
Oh, my law. Captain! Captain! That's the minister! Mr. Clark! Oh, wow!
I don't know if I trust this so-called minister fella, if that is his real name.
If this is about another Aetherwave clip or radio spot, you may kindly fuck off, as the parlance goes. I'm not doing any more. Drugs, of course. What else would it be? I don't have any drugs. You should try a vending machine or a purveyor of curative goods.
I ain't buying it, boss. I said we check him for drugs.
Will that be all, then? Oh dear, I don't think I can say this any more slowly. Unless... Of course! It's Rockwell again, who else? And I thought he was only holding me here to keep me out of the way. Chairman Rockwell. He's kept me under house arrest for years. I've long suspected him of transacting business in my name. But this proves it.
You've been all alone in this house? Would you like me to make you tea?
Please, this is important. Whatever it is that brought you here, Rockwell's the one behind it. How should I know? I've been under house arrest for years. But there is a way to find out, and perhaps to set things right. Whatever Rockwell's doing, he'll be doing it from the HHC headquarters. Your best lead is to look for details in his office.
If by look for details he means knock things about and take what we like, count me in.
That's certainly one way of doing things. Far be it from me to dictate your methods.
This all feels off, Captain. Like when there's a storm coming, but everything's quiet and still.
Believe me, things have been off around here for a very, very long time. A reckoning is most certainly due. Why, this is starting to sound like an issue of Dissident Hunter. Via the Acropolis District, of course. That's where the most important corporate and government facilities are. But only board employees are allowed into the district. There's a heavily guarded checkpoint just down the street. There might be a route through the maintenance tunnels, but I'm afraid I don't know specifics. Most people avoid the area for obvious reasons. When you reach the HHC building, this access card should get you up to the executive suites, where the chairman's office and what used to be my office are. Wait! Rockwell has one of the only terminals capable of transmitting to the Earthbound message drone. This is our chance. Please, take this and transmit it from his office. Rockwell hasn't given me any messages from Earth for years. He's desperate to keep me out of contact with the Earth Directorate. But they need to know what's happening here. What isn't on it is the real question. I've gathered meeting minutes, internal messages, sustainability reports, and more, all exposing the corruption and mismanagement plaguing Halcyon. Once the rest of the Earth Directorate sees it, they'll have to send help.
But they wouldn't get here for... I don't even know. Shouldn't we do something our own selves?
It's worth a try, but the Earth Directorate still needs that message. We must hope for their intervention. Perhaps there is hope after all. And now I entrust it to you. Good luck, and trust no one in the Acropolis District.
must be joking. Our fair city is being overrun by a pox of vagrants and undesirable.
The Acropolis district is off limits. Move along. What in the law's name are you on about? Sure. Let me just take that off your hands. Did I say restricted area? Slip of the tongue. What I meant was, welcome to the Acropolis district.
Bout's just showing off.
Captain, I stand out here like a big, greasy thumb.
Welcome to the official headquarters of the Halcyon Holdings Corporation Board. Today's greeting is brought to you by Auntie Cleo, a subsidiary of Colway Pharmaceuticals. Today's greeting is brought to you by Auntie Cleo, a subsidiary of Colway Pharmaceuticals.
Do we really need all the security? I have to go through 3 checkpoints just to take a bump.
Can't be too careful.
State your business. Please step away. This entry is for high-priority HHC business only. Huh. I didn't realize we were still using those iridescent stickers. But this looks right. I'll just need you to register your weapons with a revised request to carry 32B form. Each weapon will need a separate form. Now, let's see. Damn it. When did I run out of forms? Well, how nice for you. Do you have any idea how long it takes to request new forms? Or how many citations I'll get for impeding HHC business in the meantime? Just know there are a bunch of guards upstairs and they're all high on dervish mist and low on patience. So try anything funny, and they'll paint the walls with your guts.
Don't worry, boss, I got a plan. First, we get ourselves some tossball sticks, right? Then we sidle up to him all polite-like.
Felix, don't you start.
Apologies for the wait. I was arranging my stationery. Personal assistant to Adjutant Akande and Chairman Rockwell. I'm also responsible for organizing the Adjutant's stationery, which is more of a hobby. Ah. Oh, you were being serious. I'm obliged to inform you that Chairman Rockwell is unavailable for an indeterminate duration. Will there be anything else? Excuse me, just a moment. I beg your pardon, Minister Clark's former office is currently closed to solicitors. I suppose that is admissible. Please try not to break anything.
Look at this fancy office. Chairman's bleeding the whole colony dry.
Vorstandsvorsitzender. Die Rohfassung der Präsentation ist vorbereitet. Die PR-Abteilung hat eine Menge Arbeit vor sich, aber die Grundlagen sind abgedeckt. Halcyon steht kurz vor dem Verhungern. Die Wissenschaftler des Vorstands arbeiten an einer Lösung. Arbeiter haben die Chance, sich mit dem Lebenszeitanstellungsprogramm zu beteiligen. Die aktuelle Version kannst du einsehen, wenn du deine Schlüsselkarte für das Ministerium für Akkuratheit und Moral druckst. Und bevor du fragst, ja, das Dimethylsulfluoxid wurde bereits dort abgeliefert. Aktuell wartet das Projekt auf deine Abnahme der Rohfassung. Also wollte ich sicher gehen, dass du sie siehst. Keine Sorge, ich stelle sicher, dass es angemessen editiert wird, Sophia.
Good afternoon. I'm Chairman Rockwell, and I'm here to address a serious issue facing us. As you all know, our colony has been successful beyond our wildest dreams. Unfortunately, we've recently discovered that our food supply will not be able to sustain Halcyon's population in the long term. Everyone will die. Everyone will slowly stop living from malnutrition. But we're doing it together, and that's what matters. I fucking swear, if someone doesn't give me something to read that will placate the masses soon, all of you will find yourselves violently unemployed. But I can assure you there's nothing to fear. We've got a solution. It's called the Lifetime Employment Program. We will freeze most of the colony to preserve resources, while the best and brightest of Byzantium continue living in prosperity. Look, you idiots! How many times do I have to tell you we can't say shit like that? Fire whoever wrote this! While Halcyon's brightest minds solve the problem of our nutritional shortage, the rest of the colony will be placed in suspended animation. Individuals will be revived on a rotating basis, so that every Halcyonite can be part of the important work of saving our colony. By testing paperweights. Sorry, couldn't resist. Let's go again. And someday, in the not-too-distant future when we've solved this crisis, we'll all be back together again working for the good of Halcyon. Until then, the board shall provide for the deserving just as it always has. So, obey your supervisors, take your vitamins, follow your corporate-mandated grooming rituals, and rest assured with the board on your side, there is nothing to worry about.
That was all a story, wasn't it? It's not real.
I always knew the board was crooked, but this is just evil.
Was dauert das so lange? Percival, wie lange kann es dauern, ein verlassenes Büro zu räumen? Meinetwegen werft Clark Sachen auf die Straße. Er wird sie gerade wohl kaum brauchen. Er stellt meine Büroerweiterung fertig, bevor ich wieder da bin. Dieses Loch will ich nicht weiter anstarren müssen. Und um Gesetzes Willen macht etwas mit dieser Weltuntergangspräsentation. Die klügsten Köpfe von ganz Halcyon arbeiten in unserer PR-Abteilung und sie lassen die Ankündigung wie eine Trauerrede klingen. Wir brauchen brauchen was Lebhaftes, Fröhliches. Wir brauchen etwas, das man verkaufen kann. Was ist Percival? Sag meinen üblichen Massagetermin am Mittwoch ab. Ich habe dringende Geschäfte, um die ich mich andernorts kümmern muss. CR. Nahrungsreserven. Vorsitzender. Ich habe Nachforschung angestellt und kann bestätigen, dass wir ausreichend echte Nahrung vom Interkolonialhandel gelagert haben. Das Nährstoffprofil von in Halcyon produzierten Nahrungsmitteln ist weiterhin rückläufig. Bald werden die Leute sich hungrig fühlen, egal wie viel sie essen. Bedauerlicherweise ist eine Komplettversorgung selbst durch die nächstgelegenen Kolonien nicht finanziell tragbar. Aber was wir haben, könnte Byzantium und eine minimale Menge an sonstigen Arbeitskräften für absehbare Zeit erhalten, Sophia. Vorsitzender, die Chefs der anderen 9 Konzerne proben wieder den Aufstand wegen ihrer Anteile. Nichts, was einem Vorsitzenden von UDL Sorgen machen müsste, aber ich dachte, du würdest es trotzdem wissen wollen, Percival.
I think I'm gonna start taking my lunches out in the city. That woman from downstairs is still in the cafeteria.
No!
Here I come!
Not so fast. The Ministry of Accuracy and Morale is off limits to everyone without X-36 level clearance.
What level clearance? You're just...
Basically, if you don't work here, or for Chairman Rockwell himself, you're not getting in. I don't know how you got that, but I still don't know you, and I don't have any new clearances on the list.
Didn't I request no more fertilizer shipments be brought on board? Who keeps ordering these?
Like I said. And you're still not cleared. What? Oh no. You must be from Chairman Rockwell's office. I'm so sorry. No one told me you were coming. Please, go on through. And let's forget this misunderstanding, huh?
Understood. I'll keep my head down.
A UDL security attendant is always prepared. No visitors allowed, citizen. I'm going to need to see some identification. What? That's what I asked you. Okay. Now you really have to go before I call in the...
Keep your eyes out for dissidents. What? Something's not right. I'm gonna go have a look. Not so fast. No visitors allowed, citizen. I'm gonna need to see some identification. What? That's what I asked you. Now...
Got your paperwork squared away? What? No visitors allowed. Let me guess. She's still holding the catch-up packet incident over Holt's head, right? We've talked to her before. She can't keep letting her special friends down here. Just get out of here. I don't want to catch...
What was that? Hey, you!
Look!
This area is for authorized... When you put it that way, still, you should go.
Wiederbelebung menschlicher Subjekte aus Langzeit-Kryostasis ohne Tötung der Subjekte und Verlust der verbundenen Produktivität. Ergebnisse nicht beweiskräftig. Prognose vorsichtig optimistisch. Die Hinzufügung von Dimethylsulfoxid für die aktuelle Testrunde hat zu Verbesserungen geführt. Subjekte haben einen stabilen Blutkreislauf und erhöhte neutrale Aktivität. Allerdings scheint unserer Formel noch etwas zu fehlen. Bisher können wir Subjekte nicht aus Langzeit-Kryostasis vollständig wiederbeleben. Die Entfernung der Dimethylsulfoxid-Versorgung führt zu eher schmerzhaften Toten. Wiederholte Wiederbelebung und Neueinfrierung innerhalb einer Lebensspanne würden das Problem vermutlich verstärken. Noch dazu hatten wir erhebliche Probleme bei der Beschaffung zusätzlicher Dimethylsulfoxids. Die aktuelle Menge muss ausreichen.
I really should concentrate on what I'm doing. Something... Trespassing in the Ministry of Accuracy and Morale is punishable by death. You've got one chance to explain why I shouldn't blow you away right now. Well, why not? This thing isn't just for show. I didn't even think of that. Maybe we can just pretend you weren't here. But if I see you here again, I'm taking...
Oh, pardon me, Sam. Rerouting course now. Let the record show that subject 23K is caused...
Hinweis, alle Subjekte sind nach mehreren Kryozyklen verstorben. Subjekt 19F, massive Hirnblutung bei Entfernung aus der Kryonikkapsel. Subjekt 61B, Darmdurchbruch bei Entfernung aus der Kryonikkapsel. Subjekt 82C, Labortechniker hat aus Versehen die Kryonikkapsel an die Stromleitung angeschlossen. Subjekt erlitt Stromschlag. Subjekt 15R, Lungenödem beim Entfernen aus der Kryonikkapsel.
Captain, if you're looking for crew members Ellie or you have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
No one ever looks quite the same in person as they do in my reports. And my reports of you have been exceptionally thorough. You've had quite a career. You have something I want. I'd like to negotiate. Phineas Wells is wanted by the board. I want to convince you to turn him in to us. He has a litany of charges against him. Vandalism, illegal experimentation, sedition. I could go on. Wells is a dangerous madman. His plan is going to endanger everyone in Halcyon. He's an obsessive psychopath. And he's using you. You're in contact with Wells. I want you to send us a tracing signal from his communication terminal. You are making a serious mistake.
Adjutant Akande's call has been terminated. Will there be anything else, Captain? Now arriving at Phineas's top-secret orbital lab.
In your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident I can revive the remaining colonists. All I need now is the dimethyl sulfoxide. I'll take as much as you can give me. What? Oh, yes, well, that's obvious. Anyone with 2 working labs can see this colony's slouching toward oblivion. Why do you think we've been doing all this? I revived you to help me save Halcyon from annihilation. Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse, and the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. That makes 2 things we don't have. Time and chemicals to revive the other settlers. None of this was supposed to happen. I was supposed to revive the Hope's colonists. We were supposed to have enough time to solve the problem before we all starved. Human test subjects? Oh, that's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board. Thank you. You've brought me enough chemicals to get started, at least. I'm just sorry they came at the cost of human lives. Those poor people, they must have died in agony. What exactly was the board trying to accomplish? You say the board's trying to freeze their subjects over and over again without inflicting permanent damage? Well, they're nowhere close to solving that problem. I'll tell you this much. The board scientists are hopelessly lost. After years of fruitless experimentation, they've made exactly zero progress. We're out of time. We're out of chemicals. We may very well be out of options. If the board has their way, we're all going to be spending the rest of our lives frozen in stasis. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers. Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists, the brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board. The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak. We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope. Merciful gibbering law, you're a genius! We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab. No, I didn't. I was too busy admiring the elegance of your plan. If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2.
And that's going to work, without killing us in the process.